All right, you guys, welcome to our June group-wide monthly Monday Mingle. Super excited for this. I know we missed last month as we were talking about, so getting back into the swing of things for June. I'm really excited though, because we have a kind of a really exciting month. I hope that you guys are feeling it. I can tell that I'm in a better place than I was last month, like mentally. So I'm already feeling better about how my Scentsy business is going to run in June, aside from all of the exciting stuff that they have for us, just in general. So I hope that you guys are feeling a little bit more energized, I guess, in your businesses. And we have a lot of stuff going for us this month. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. Being that I lost my notes somewhere, I know that they will pop up eventually, but they are nowhere to be found right now. I'm going to be working from notes that I created on my phone, and I'm also going to be relying on Jamie, and looks like Jamie's the only other director here. Okay, so I'm gonna be relying on Jamie and all of you guys. If I missed something that you are expecting to hear about, put it in the chat so that we can talk about it. But let me pull up my notes here that I wrote down, because I want to talk about specific things first. Okay, the first thing I'm going to start with is our Jumpstart June group. If you are not in it and you want to join it, you can still join it. Jumpstart June is just a group that we put together that is going to have a training every single day. It's a video every single day. They range in length, anywhere from like 5 to 7 minutes all the way up to an hour. But there's a training every single day, and then we kind of talk about our takeaways. And so far we've had there's been really good conversation and feedback going on in the group. I've watched all of the videos. I find them all super helpful. But I feel like this is the perfect time for us to be doing this, because people have been feeling a little bit sluggish lately. And typically June is when we start thinking about fall. Like, it sounds crazy because it's not even like officially summer yet, but we're already thinking about fall. In fact, I just saw in the monthly movement group before I jumped on here that Heather Gorsuch already posted her July newsletter that she puts together, which I was really excited about because her last one went up kind of late and I've been using those. But she said the same thing. She's like, you really, especially if you're going to SFR, which I know there's only a few of us that are actually going in person, that's going to take up a good chunk of that like third week of June. And so you're going to be losing work time if you're going to be gone. So you kind of want to front load so that you can get those things done before SFR so that you're ready to go for July. July is huge too. We've got things that are going to be discontinuing. We've got all kinds of stuff happening. Transition month next month. We'll get into that later in the month, but June is the time that you start really thinking about getting your business going for the second half of the year. Okay. So the Jumpstart June group is going. We're already 6 days in. So if you want to join it, send me me or your director. If I'm not your director, send me or your director a private message and just ask us to invite you, because I can't follow the chat quick enough to see who's saying they want to join. But if I'm your director, go ahead and just send me a private message and I will get you invited. And if Jamie or Leah or Hope or Candace, send it to them. We will get you added. Okay. Because I don't want anybody to miss out. I did send out text messages about this a couple weeks ago. Well, last week, I think, towards the end of May. So you should have gotten a message about it already, but if you did not reply and you didn't join, you still can. We're not going to lock anybody out of it or anything. But you will have a little bit of catching up to do. So make sure you're prepared for that. Second thing is our star and superstar consultants were invited starting today to join Laura Godwin's Purple Cows Directors Group, which I am in as well. So Jamie and her team and all of our teams, if you are a star or superstar consultant, you were invited into that group for the rest of the month, which is pretty exciting because usually it's like a week. And she decided we were going to do it for the entire rest of the month. So If you are an essential, a certified, or a lead consultant, these are the things that you get to look forward to once you start promoting. You get these sneak peeks and you get this like exclusive access to the directors group and the directors page, and not the official directors page, but like Laura's directors page, where we all kind of brainstorm ideas and trainings and things like that. So it's a pretty exciting thing for the stars and superstars. And that's something for you to look forward to as you work through promoting up through the levels to get to star or superstar, because we do this a couple times a year usually. So that's pretty exciting. All right, so let's talk about the things that are happening in June. Obviously, the big one is the third brick of the Brick by Brick incentive. And it's centered around Scentsy Club. Okay, so if you have not read up on it, I highly recommend that you do that. There are already tons of people who have already hit this level. I'm not one of them, but there are tons and tons of people that have already hit it. It's crazy because it's definitely, I don't know if, I hope this isn't glitchy for you guys. It's like freezing up for me looking at myself. Is it? Yeah, Jennifer's saying yes. I apologize. It's raining here and I don't know, but I'm going to do my best. Okay. But I can tell it keeps freezing up a little bit. So I apologize. But this is very doable. And I find myself saying this a lot because I really do feel like all of our incentives are set up in a way that is doable and achievable by anybody. It really just depends on how hard you're willing to work for it. I mean, there is nothing that it's going to stretch you, right? It's going to stretch you. And it's meant to, because if it was easy, everybody would be earning it and there would be no excitement behind it, right? But it is meant to stretch you. But honestly, I don't think that 3 new Scentsy Club subscribers in a 2-month period is a super scary thing. And I feel like, especially if you don't have any club subscribers, or maybe you only have a couple, that leaves you with a big pool of people who aren't in club yet that you can share the information with and get them to sign up for club, hopefully between now and the end of July. So I'm going to go over some of the info that I was able to print before we got on here. You guys, this is all on Workstation. I'm not going to read everything. I'm just going to kind of give an overview, and then we can chat about if people have questions on what they need to do. It's very simple. This one, I mean, all of these little chunks, all of these little bricks that we've had have been very simple, but literally sometime between now, June 1st and July 31st, you have to sign up 3 new Scentsy Club subscribers with an order of $50 or more after any discounts are taken. Okay, so if they have a $50 order, like if they have $50 worth of stuff in their Scentsy Club, they're not going to count because they're going to get a $5 discount on that with, because they're over 30. So their Scentsy Club order is only going to be 45. So what you really want to shoot for is like 60. Okay. So you want to shoot for people to get a $60 or more Scentsy Club order, because after you take the discount out of that, they're still going to be over 50. That's the level you want people to hit anyways, because that's where they get their half off item. So it's a good shooting point or target point when you're sharing club anyway. Yes, Jamie. See, Jamie's up here in my head. Yeah, that's the point you really want them to get to anyway, because that's where they get the big bonus. They can get the whiff box for half price. They can get big tub of washer whiffs for half price. The air purifier filter for half price. Any of those, big ticket club items. So the big important thing to remember though is it does have to be $50 after discounts are taken off. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're talking to people. If you have somebody that's getting close to that number, like if you're talking about what their club is going to be, do what you can to entice them to get to that point. Now, don't turn away any club subscribers. I don't think Lauren's on here, but we were talking yesterday or over the weekend about she had gotten a new club subscriber with the whiff box for this month. And she said, it's not going to count for the incentive, but I don't even care. And I said, exactly, because every club subscriber that you get is a bonus, right? Like it's a good thing, regardless of whether it counts for the incentive or not. It's still great. I will tell you that in the month of May, my club subscribers are really what helped me have a decent month in May, because I was so preoccupied with everything going on outside of Scentsy and preschool and everything else. I did not work my business super hard in May, but I was able to breathe a little bit knowing that I had Scentsy Club in there Scentsy Club subscribers in there that were going to give me PRV, and I didn't have to really do anything. So as many people as you can get into club, the better, obviously. Only 3 between now and the end of July. Okay. $50 or more after discounts are taken. That's the threshold there that you have to hit. Okay. And it has to be a new club subscriber. So it can't be, because I had this happen yesterday, it can't be somebody who already has a club and sets up another club. It needs to be a new subscriber. Okay. Now, I guess they could get around that if they use a different credit card and a different email address. But if it's somebody, you know how you can have multiple subscriptions, if somebody already has a quarterly and they set up a monthly, it's not going to count because it's a separate order, but it's not a separate subscriber. Okay. So keep that in mind.
That makes sense. I have a question.
Yes. Hold on. Let me turn up my volume really quick. I can't hear. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so when it comes to what you're saying about the Scentsy Club, I have absolutely none. So I have like a huge, I can talk to whoever I want and see if I can't get them to, join and, get to that level. So that's helpful for me. But when it comes to that, I thought I read somewhere, and I could be wrong. Is there something specific that they cannot put in Scentsy Club?
Yeah, so Scentsy Club is consumable products only. Which is most of our products. The easiest way to think of it is if it's a scent unit, they can't put it in. So no air purifiers, no warmers, no fans, no mini fans, no diffusers. But basically everything else, everything that they use that runs out can be added to club.
Okay, so that's a good way of looking at it.
Pods, clean, body, laundry, bulbs, cotton cleanups, all of that stuff counts. The only things they can't put in are actual units.
Gotcha. Okay. I like how you simplified that. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, it's easier to kind of think about what's not eligible than what is, because there's less that isn't eligible than what you can actually put in there. And you're right. Like you said, you don't have anybody in club yet. So you have a big, huge opportunity in front of you because you don't have, like, I was looking at my list of people and I'm like, gosh, they already have a club. They already have a club. They already have a club. And so I need to find the new people. But if you don't have a lot of people or any people in club yet, your opportunity is greater. And it's a great way to really start seeing the benefits, not only for your customers, but for you too, to get that recurring PRV.
And sorry,
yeah, go
out there. July is a great, granted you need to try in June too, but July is a great month because that's the time that we're ending this catalog. So a lot of our summer scents are going away in July. So if people love a scent like Cocoa Lime, that'll be going back in my club. It's great to get with those customers and say, hey, you don't know if they're going to be back next catalog season.
Yes, 100%. And this month is Bring Back My Bar. So it's kind of this, like, I feel like they did this in the 2 easiest months of the year, a Bring Back My Bar month that still has 2 good LTO collections going too. The Father's Day and the summer collection is still available. So they could add stuff to Scentsy Club this month for that, on top of Bring Back My Bar and a super flippin' awesome scent of the month. And then next month, like James said, you're gonna have a lot of summer fragrances that are going away. And so those are gonna be, that's a great opportunity for people to put their favorite bars to their club. Yes, and Jamie clarified too, it's only wax. And so Sean, for your question too, for the Always Bring Back My Bar, when things are discontinuing, the only thing that will stay in club once it discontinues is wax. Does that make sense?
Right, that makes sense. I'm glad you clarified that as well. Yep, I remembered reading that, but I'm glad you said that again because that does make a lot of sense. That does help.
Yeah. You guys give me 1 second quick here. I'm gonna try and close some stuff because it's telling me that I have too much stuff open, which is, it's very true. But I'm trying to close some things so that hopefully my computer will run a little bit better. I'm closing mostly everything. I don't want to accidentally close Zoom. That would be terrible. Now my brain's going to have to work again later and remember everything that I had open before I closed it all. Okay, so yes, so you can add any of those other things into club, like oils and pods and scent circles and all of that stuff. But if it is a discontinuing product, the only thing that they can keep in their club after it goes away is wax. So I'm glad that Jillian brought that up too, because, was it Jillian? Yeah, Jillian What if they had one and no longer have a club? So Kim, for your question, and that's a great question, I'm glad that you asked it. If they canceled their club before June 1st and they sign up for a new club between June 1st and July 31st, they will count. But they can't like already have one and then cancel it and then restart it up during the incentive period. So if they had one last year and they canceled it and they want to sign up again this year, that will count. Okay. I'm just scrolling really, really quick. Yeah. So, yeah, so I'm glad that we clarified the always get my bar stuff. It's, you know, for some people, like I think of it because I'm so used to always get my bar now. I'm like, it's a no brainer for me, but I mean, customers don't think of it either. They're like, oh, always get my bar. I can always get the stuff that I want. It's literally always get my bar, not always get my oil, not always get my pods. I hope that someday we get to that because that would be pretty awesome. But right now it's just wax. Okay. Let me pull up really quick. If there's any other questions specific to the incentive, go ahead and either put them in the chat or unmute yourself. I'm just going to pull up the FAQ from the workstation really quick and see if there's anything else I want to call out before we move on. Or Jamie, if you have anything else you want to add while I'm getting there. Nope. Okay.
Not yet. Not that I can think of. Sorry.
Right. No, it's fine. I was like, well, if we don't have to have awkward silence, that's cool. But
Do you want me to sing like Jeopardy while you're looking for it?
No, I'm there now. You don't need to.
Okay.
So we talked about the qualification period, June 1st through July 31st. 3 new club orders of $50 or more after all discounts are applied and before tax and shipping. So I didn't say that before, but that's kind of a given. It has to be $50 after the discount, before tax and shipping, $50 or more. Referrals do count. So you guys know that Scentsy Club 2.0 started in February, where current Scentsy Club members can use their own referral link that they have in their Scentsy Club dashboard. They can share that with family and friends. And if someone signs up under their link, they are considered an affiliate and they will get points on the people that they refer. But those people that they refer will count towards the incentive. So if Jamie has a club account under me and Jamie shares the her club link with Krista and Krista signs up an account, it's still going to count for me, even though I didn't personally sign that person up. It came in under one of my affiliates. Okay, so those do count. The next one is if somebody canceled their subscription and signs back up, will they count? Just like Kim just asked, as long as they canceled before June 1st, they will count. They have to have a unique, someone signing up has to have a unique email and credit card attached to their account. So if they already have an account, like I said before, if they already have a Scentsy Club and they're setting up a new frequency, like a second club, like if you have a monthly and a quarterly, or if they have a club under somebody else and they sign up another one under you using the same email and credit card, those won't count either. Okay. Roll-up subscriptions will not count. So if Jamie went inactive and she had 5 people in her club, she's never going to do that, but I'm just looking at her face. So if Jamie went inactive and she had 5 people in Scentsy Club and they rolled up to me when she went inactive, I would not have 5 people. They won't count. Okay. Because they're not new, they're roll-ups. All right. The next one kind of made me laugh because it says, will customers who sign up for new club subscriptions in August count towards the incentive? No, because it will be over. I thought that was kind of a funny FAQ, but okay. The other thing that we have to remember is that their new club has to ship before the end of July. And so this is another one that you have to consider because people can sign up for a quarterly subscription and not have it ship right away. So if they're signing up in June and they're having it shipped quarterly, but they're not having their first one ship right away, it wouldn't ship until what, June, July, August, at least August or September. I feel like it would be September. Those wouldn't count because it has to actually process in order for it to count. Because you could have 50 people sign up today and then you'd be like, oh, yay, I earned the incentive. And then they all go in and cancel tomorrow. right? So it has to actually process before the end of the incentive period in order for it to count. Okay. I'm sorry. Look at, I'm saying something and I'm wrong. It has to fulfill by the end of August. Sorry. So maybe that's why they set it up that way. It has to fulfill by the end of August, which means we won't know 100% who's earned this until after August 31st, because you're going to have people that sign up in by the end of July. It won't process until August. Okay. So forget about the 5 minutes that I just said, erase all of that in your brain. They have to process by midnight on August 31st. Okay. I apologize. I saw the 31st and I thought it said July and it didn't, it said August. They have to sign up by July 31st, process by August 31st. Okay. All right. And then, yes, it also has to be one order equaling $50 or more before discount. So like I was saying before, if somebody has a monthly order and a quarterly order, you can't put them together and make $50 and have it count. It has to be a single order that's going to process for $50 or more in order to count for the incentive. Okay. Now, like I said, keep in mind that if you get somebody to join club and they only want a whiff box in it, that's still great. It's still great. And chances are at some point they're going to add more stuff to their club. It's, I would say probably 95% of the time, people increase what's in their club by the time their second or third shipment comes. You are going to have people that are going to do it once and drop off. You know, it's just like anything that we do. You're going to have people that are at one end of the spectrum. You're going to have people that are at the other end of the spectrum. So any new club subscription that you get, celebrate that, because even if it's not going to count towards the incentive, it's still a big deal. Okay. Because it's still potential for recurring income that is going to help you grow your business in a big way. Okay. All right, so I think that was all of the FAQs on the incentive. Are there any other questions surrounding the incentive?
It may not be the exact incentive, but it's about Senti Club. Since
Okay.
you're already on it, I wanted to ask it.
Yep.
So what confuses me, and I think I confuse myself when I read this, but when it comes to Senti Club, do we make full 25% commission off of it, or is it 15?
So on any club order that any subscription that is done directly through your website under you get full commission on. You get full commission on everything, but you get, or full PRV on everything. But if, like I was saying before, if Jamie signs up for a club under me, I get 25%. If Krista signs up using Jamie's link, I get 15%. Okay, so you're still getting the full percentage of PRV or full percentage of commission on anyone who signs up directly under you. The referrals, you're getting a little bit less. But keep in mind that those referrals are people you may not have had at all had it not been for that person in between you, right? So it's still a bonus. But anybody who, if you send somebody a link and say, hey, go to my website and sign up for Senti Club, you're getting your 25%. Okay, so hopefully that cleared that up. I know it's kind of confusing, but yeah, anybody that signs up directly under you, it's 25%. Anybody that signs up using an affiliate link of someone else's, you're getting 15.
Yes, okay. I did. It's still confusing a little bit, but I get what they're saying.
Okay. Okay, so next up, if we don't have any other questions, let me just scroll really quick. I don't see any other questions. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is all of the promotions that we have going on in June. So if you are in my Wax Bars and Superstars page, I have pinned to the featured section of our page the planning ahead for June calendar. I was going to share my screen if I can and see. Hold on a second, you guys. So I was just going to share. Where did it go? Let me share really quick. Share. Why is it? Oh, okay. All right, so this is, I pulled this right from our group. So this is the planning ahead for June document that Scentsy has provided for us. It is on Workstation. I have it pinned in our group. I'm not quite sure if all the other directors do or not, but even if they don't, it is in Workstation. So this is something that everybody has access to. And this is going to give you kind of a bird's eye view of everything that's happening during the month of June. Okay, so it's going to give you an opportunity to plan your month out, to have a little bit of a heads up on things so that, gosh, if you're going on vacation or planning vacations and you still want to make sure you're posting while you're gone, or you want to make sure that you're able to get pre-orders in, or whatever the case may be, you already have an idea of what's coming. Now, I don't know if they have this. Yeah, it does say calendar items are subject to change. So keep in mind that we are still dealing with, you know, port delays and things like that. So there is a chance that maybe something on here might be delayed and not launch at the time that it specifically says that it will. But I think we're kind of catching up and getting that a little bit more under control. So I think these, hopefully these will be pretty in line with what we see. But you can see up here, it talks about what's happening in the catalog, that every PWS order is getting a free scent circle. Did you guys know that? Did you know every PWS order is getting a scent circle? I hope that you did. And so what's cool is if you send a scent circle to your thank you mail to your customers, they're getting 2 scent circles if they're ordering online. So that's kind of a little extra bonus for them. And I believe that I read too that we've gotten them before, and I don't remember exactly what it was for, but they'll put a little card in the order too that says like, thank you for your support from your Scentsy consultant. So there's a little card in there that shows or tells your customer that that's a freebie in there. So hopefully they're not being like, why did I get this free scent circle? Hopefully they'll be able to put those two together. It also talks about the warmer and wax bundles that we'll touch on here in a few minutes. Gives us an overview of the LTOs that we have for the month. So scent and warmer of the month. Bring back my bar. We've got something from Guardians of the Galaxy coming. I don't remember what it is. If they've shown us, I can't, my brain doesn't work, but we've got something coming next week. So this is kind of where it starts getting cool, because you're like, okay, we're going to have a launch on the 13th. So start preparing yourself now, because we know we're going to learn about that on Thursday, right? Because they always put the announcements out on Thursday. So start thinking about your people who like Guardians of the Galaxy, people who have ordered Guardians of the Galaxy products before. Start thinking about those people so that when we find out exactly what, when, and how much it's going to cost, you can start reaching out to those people and let them know, collect some pre-orders or get ready to share a link. You're ahead of the game instead of chasing it, okay? Same thing with Lilo and Stitch. They're going to tell us exactly what's coming, when it's coming, how much everything is going to be, and all of the details, but you have at least a date that you can keep in mind, put it on your calendar so that you're ready to go, and you can kind of start doing a little bit of that legwork ahead of time, going through your sales reports and your order history and finding people who've ordered those things before that are fans, or start putting your feelers out there, start putting some teaser posts up. Like if you weren't around for Lilo and Stitch last time, obviously you haven't sold any of that stuff yet. So you don't know who in your customer base is fans of Lilo and Stitch. So put a teaser out there, okay? It's another great way to incorporate non-Scentsy, even though it is Scentsy related. It's a fun non-Scentsy post that you can put in your VIP group and be like, hey, we watched Lilo and Stitch this weekend. Who loves the movie, or whatever, right? You don't have to explicitly say, we're getting Lilo and Stitch stuff next week. Who's going to want it? You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to make it a salesy type thing, but it's going to give you a lot of insight as to who you might want to contact or who's going to be interested in that kind of stuff when it comes out. Okay. Talks about hosting. If we were doing a hostess special, there would be something here. Whiffbox, obviously, you guys, if you have not been sharing this month's Whiffbox, you need to start. You need to start. It's $64, $65 if you count the catalog that's in it. $64 worth of products for $30 or less if they get it in club. It is the best Whiffbox we've ever had. I don't know if we'll have another one this good. I have no idea. but this is the one. If you are trying to get people into club, if you're trying to get people to buy stuff, this is a great opportunity because there is wax, there is unplugged, room spray. Let's see what's in it. 2 wax bars, a room spray, a scent circle, a mini fan, pods, and a fragrance flower. I mean, basically almost like not one of every category that we have, but you've got a fan, you've got unplugged, you've got a flower, you've got wax. So you've got 4 categories of products in that box, not to mention the savings. So that's another thing that they're focusing on. Incentives, obviously, we just talked about brick 3 of the brick by brick incentive. Scentsy Club. So obviously, Scentsy Club, there's lots of training on our workstations as well as on YouTube. I have actually written on a sticky note in the kitchen where I've been working from to post some trainings in the team pages specifically on Scentsy Club, because obviously that's something that we're focusing on this month and next. But you guys, YouTube and the training center on Workstation have tons of trainings on Scentsy Club. So if you're not familiar with it, I'm a visual person. So for me to watch a training and have someone walk through and really like show me everything, that's how I learn best. And so I literally will go to YouTube or the training center if I'm struggling with something and be like, how do I XYZ, or Scentsy Club, or Scentsy PRV boosters, or Scentsy whatever it is. And I'll find trainings and I will watch them. And you're going to get a lot of that in that Jumpstart June group that we were talking about. But there's tons of training on Club. So if you're not familiar with it, if you're newer, if you're not comfortable with it, check out the trainings. Everything that you need to be successful in promoting Scentsy Club to your customers is out there for you. And then, of course, all of us are here too to answer questions. Okay. Join special. The join special. You guys, can I quit and start over? Because $25 to join with that mini essential starter kit, and then the opportunity to earn the shooting star enhancement kit for free. Like, does it get any better than that? I mean, it really doesn't. That shooting star enhancement kit alone, you guys, is like over $350 worth of product for this much money. Well, for $25, but you're going to make back that $25 in your first paycheck if you hit 500. So it's literally $0. I mean, it's a good deal at 200, but for free, especially for the people who want to start Scentsy for their own product, because their reward for starting and getting a jump start on their business is product, right? So you're feeding right into their emotion of what they want to do this for. I just want the free product, right? And as they get going and they see, gosh, people would buy this stuff from me, and then they get the first commission check and things start rolling, you'd be surprised at how many people are really going to make something out of this with that small investment. But giving them, dangling that carrot in front of them with something as awesome as a free shooting star enhancement kit is going to get people going. So again, if you need help or guidance or tips or ideas on how to present the opportunity to people, there is training everywhere for it. But as I say in every single training that we do, you guys, you can watch every training available, but you have to then go put what you learned into action, because having it up here is not going to isn't going to get you the results that you want. You actually have to go out and get uncomfortable. Okay. Warm the Heart week is going to be the last week of June. There's going to be theme days. They did this with, what was the first one, Jamie? Enliven the Senses week. Help me. Is that the only one we've had so far?
No, I feel like we had one last year, but I don't remember.
Inspire the Soul is the other. Inspire the Soul. I think we've done 2, because it's Enliven the Heart, Inspire the Soul. Oh no, it's Warm the Heart, Inspire the Soul, Enliven the Senses. Yeah. Well, whatever. Warm the Heart week is going to be the last week.
There's something else
of July. There's going to be news articles about it. We don't know exactly what they're doing yet, but that's something special that's going to be coming towards the end of the month. Again, something just to look forward to. And then lastly, they talk about the events. We've got Region 2's SFR was this past weekend. We did see some sneak peeks from that, which was pretty exciting. And then we have North America, which is Region 1 Scentsy Family Reunion coming up the end of June, which I am like just beside myself excited for. I cannot wait. And then this is the second part of the planning ahead for June document, talks about what to do with the information that's in there. What's that, Jenny?
Sorry, my computer died and I had to log on from my phone.
Okay. Not a problem. So it just talks about what to do with that information. So figure out what gets you excited. You don't have to promote every single thing. If that's too overwhelming for you, pick the things that you're most excited about and share those. Figure out who you want to share them with. Figure out what you're going to say, how you're going to present it. Like I said, if you need to figure out who's going to be interested in those LTOs that are coming and you haven't been around for a previous LTO from that brand or whatever, you need to figure out who's going to be the people that want to buy that stuff. And so start doing some of that legwork ahead of time, asking the questions, who likes this, who likes that, or post a meme or something like that so that you can kind of start to figure out who your interested people are going to be. Okay. Spotlight is on Scentsy Club, obviously, like we said, that's where the incentive lies this time around. So those are things that you want to be focusing on. And then it just gives you a little bit of inspiration over there on the right-hand side. So this is something that is kind of like a pilot. Let me stop sharing. So it's the first time that we've had anything like this where it kind of like lays it out there for you and gives you kind of everything in one place. So we may see it again in a different format. They may tweak it. They're going to get feedback from consultants. I know that I've seen some feedback in the Superstar Director group already about like, I would like to see this, or maybe change the format to this kind of thing. So it's probably going to get tweaked. It may look different next month when we get it. We don't know, but it's one of those things where they're trying it out to see what the response is, and then we'll go from there. But I so far have found it super helpful. I've been able to pencil those things in on my calendar so that I know when things are coming and what I need to do like the week beforehand to prepare. So Lois, they're on the workstation. I pulled them from somewhere, from somebody that posted the graphics of them, but they are in workstation. Let me see really quick if I can. I don't know if it's called planning ahead. They might have a news article for it too. Let's see. I'm looking. Yeah, so there is a news article from June 1st that says, get ready for the month ahead with our new monthly planner. So if you go to that news article, it will get you to the documents so that you can print them out. If you want to print them out, or at least just pull them up on your computer so that you can put those things into your planner or your calendar so that you know what's coming up. And then they are also pinned to the top of the Wax Bars and Superstars group for easy access there too. Okay. All right, so let me move back to my phone notes. All right, so the other things I wanted to talk about just were the other promotions that we have going on this month, which we touched on those a little bit in that document. But obviously we have the warmers, the 4 warmers that you can purchase and get 5 free bars. So this is a great thing to promote for new Scentsy customers, because if they've never tried Scentsy before, this is a great way for them to try it at a discount. They're spending $30 to $45 or $30 to $50 on the warmer, but they would need to do that anyways if they were buying something, but they can get 5 bars for free. So if they don't know what kind of fragrances they would like, this is a perfect opportunity for them to try fragrances from different families. My tip, I guess, or suggestion would be, if you have somebody that's new, who hasn't tried Scentsy before, figure out what kind of fragrances they like if they like something from Bath and Body Works or Yankee Candle or whatever the other ones are, I can't remember. But if they like something from another company, go into your website, put in the fragrance notes that are in that, which you can find just by Googling it, and then see what comparable scents we have that might be similar to that. You're not going to find anything that's exact, but you might find something that's similar. Or if they straight up tell you, I like lemon, or I like baked goods, you can make some recommendations for them. But if they're not quite sure, you can like I said, they're getting the 5 bars for free. So you could give them a couple different fragrance families, just say, do you typically like fresh, or do you like bakery, or do you like fruity? And then you can pick the scents, but they'll get to try out a couple different fragrance families, and they're not paying any extra than just that warmer. Okay. So it's a great thing, a great bundle to present to new Scentsy customers, because that way they're not just getting a warmer and 1 bar to try, they're getting a warmer and 5 bars, so they can try out those different fragrance families. Even obviously the scents there's a certain selection of scents, but there's all different categories within that. So there is opportunity there for you to kind of mix and match things. So definitely be pushing those, because I mean, who doesn't like free stuff? You know what I mean? And it's not like it's a bundle where it's buy the warmer and you're getting the 5 bars for a discount. You're getting the 5 bars for free. It's costing them no money. I had a girl that was actually last month that wanted to order a warmer, and she was like, I like that succulent one, but I don't really need a new warmer right now. I want one, but I don't need one. Well, guess what? Guess what she ordered the other day? Because I went back to her and I said, listen, I know that you said you don't need it and that you wanted it, but you need wax anyway. She wanted to order bars anyways. And I said, you might as well order the warmer, get your wax for free. And then she ordered 6 more bars on top of it. But she still got 5 bars for free. And she bought that warmer that she wanted and really couldn't justify to herself, but now she's getting it along with the wax, and now she has another warmer to fill, which means she's going to need more wax. So it's a win-win, right? But yeah, it's like I said, it's a great thing for new customers because it gives them both of the pieces that they need, and they're not paying any extra money for the wax. Bring Back My Bar. Obviously, Bring Back My Bar is back. Thanks to everybody who voted for Blackberry Orange Marmalade. If you helped me out, because, oh, Jamie, stop. Because it's amazing and it's going in my club. I will say this to you guys. Are there fans of lemon coconut chiffon out there? Jamie, what are your thoughts on that one? You don't like that one either? Kim says she's a fan. Okay, because Krista's a fan. See, I didn't used to like that one. And I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I have a lot of customers that like it. So I was voting for it, and I was excited to see it come back because I knew they wanted to put it in their club. But that was the second scent that I sent out with my mailers this month, because I knew I had a lot of people that were interested in it. Like when I posted about it, they were like, ooh, that one sounds good. So I made samples of that one to send out, and I actually like it. And I think it's because of the coconut, because typically, like, I like lemon, like squeeze the day lemon where it's straight up lemon, but some of those like fresher lemon scents to me smell like Pledge, like the clean lemon. Like I don't like those, but anyway, I'm just rambling. But Bring Back My Bar is
I
back.
haven't smelled that one. I want to smell it, but I've not smelled that one yet. I wasn't here when it was before, so I never got to smell it.
Are you a lemon fan?
Yes.
I think you'll like it. It's really not like, it's really nice. It's lemony, but it's kind of smooth. It's not like that like bright citrusy lemon. I don't know, which is typically what I like. I like that like really bright, sweet lemon head lemon, but it's actually really nice. I mean, I'm not going to put it in my club, but I might buy a couple bars of it. Blackberry Orange Marmalade, however, is going in my club. But obviously that's a big selling point, because we've got bars that people have voted back. But on top of them just being back, we have the 12 bar bundle. So if you are not aware, there is a bundle, and it's located in the Bring Back My Bar section of our websites. It's not in the bundle and save. They'd have to click on the collections and then Bring Back My Bar, and it's in there alphabetically. Bring Back My Bar bundle, I think it's called, but it's 12 bars for $50. Okay. I think we get is it 40 or 45 PRV? I can't remember. One or the other. It's on the workstation, but it's $50, which comes out to like $4.17 per bar, which is almost $2 off retail price. So it's only the Bring Back My Bar bars that they can put in the 12 pack, so they can't bundle regular bars in there as well. But if you have people who like 3 or 4 of those bars, they can easily put together a nice 12 pack for themselves and save a bunch of money. Okay. So definitely, if you've got people that are interested in Bring Back My Bars and they're like, I want to get a 6 pack, push the 12 pack. Say for $20 more, you can get 6 more bars. That's like $3 and some change a piece, right? So those are the kind of things that you need to be thinking about, that upselling opportunity. Now, obviously you can't do that if somebody is going to your website and ordering themselves and they just order 6, but the more conversations that you're having, either via text or Facebook Messenger or person to person or on the phone, if you do that, those are opportunities for you to have that conversation and do that upselling. And it doesn't have to be slimy. I, in fact, just did it before I got on here. I had a customer got her VIP mailer and was like, did you order any of this red, white, and berry pie for me yet? And I'm like, no, you didn't order it yet, but I can, because I'm putting an order in tonight. She wanted 3. So I said, and then she said, does it come in a brick? And I said, no, just the bar, the room spray, and the sensor. She's like, okay, give me 4. And I was like, well, why don't you just get 6? Because if you're getting 4, it's $24. And if you get 6, it's only $30. And she was like, okay, give me 6. So it wasn't pushy. It wasn't sleazy. I was like, you're going to get 2 more bars for $6. And you already know that you like it, so you might as well get it. And she had said, is it going to be around for a while? And I said, no, it's a cent of the month. So it's going to be around for this month. And then while supplies last after that, then I said, and you can add it to your club too. She has a club. But that's when she said, give me 4. And I said, well, why don't we just do 6? Because it makes more sense for you to get 6 for 30 than 4 for 24. And she was like, okay. So it doesn't have to be hard and weird. It can just be. And if she would have said no to me, I would have said fine. And I would have ordered her 4 bars. I'm not going to go cry about it. Right. It's, that whole gum analogy, right? If you offer somebody something and they decline it, it's fine. It's not personal. But definitely make sure that you're letting people know about that 12-bar bundle, because it's something I think we might have done it last time, or we did it off cycle kind of. I don't remember exactly. I know we did something like that before, but I think it's the first time we've done it in an actual Bring Back by Bar month where we've had a bundle for that price. So it's something new. Even if you've been around, this is the first time that we've done it. Summer collection and Father's Day collection are both still available. So if you have people who've ordered the summer collection and have found something that they liked, and if you don't know if they've found something that they liked, you need to be following up with them so you can find out, because they can either order more or they could start a Scentsy Club with some of that stuff in there, especially bars, because they're going to be going away, I assume, probably end of June or July. I mean, July for sure. I don't know if it'll all be here through July, but they will eventually be going away. So if they've ordered from the summer collection, make sure that you're following up with them to see what they like, if they want to reorder, or if they want to add anything to club. Same thing with Father's Day. So Father's Day collection, I ordered the bar set, the bar bundle, and then the new bar. And I sampled them out, but I only sampled them out to my Scentsy Club customers. So that's another one of those things that I personally do in my business. That's like one of the Scentsy Club perks that I do for my customers are these LTO collections that come out, they get samples. Now, if somebody messages me and says, hey, do you have a sample of the new, whatever it's called, sandalwood tangerine? I'll be like, yeah, I can send you one, but I'm not going to broadcast it because everybody's going to want it. And I'm going to be making 150, 200, 300 samples of a bar that, I'm not necessarily going to get a big return on my investment. But my Scentsy Club people are my VVIPs, right? My very, very important people, because they're giving me that recurring income. And those are the people that are going to get the special treatment. And so I've been kind of bragging on that in my VIP group, because I'm saying, hey, if you're in Scentsy Club, you're getting these extra special samples this month to kind of entice people to be like, oh, they get bonus things. Cool. Maybe I want to be in club. But those 2 collections are still available. So even though we've kind of got new things, don't let those fall by the wayside. Yes, Father's Day is coming up and they may or may not get a Father's Day order in time. Although I think it's the 19th. So there's probably still time. 2 weeks almost. I don't know. But the products are still there. So even if they're not ordering for a gift, they still have the opportunity. There's lots of people out there who love those masculine scents. As soon as we got back, my dear Watson, I have a girl who I went through my sales report, and I pulled up the scents, and I had a girl that had ordered 12 of them from a party. And so she was like the first person I contacted. And I was like, hey, it's back. You want to put it in your club? And she said, yep. And she put three bars in her club. And she only orders through Club. Like I send her samples and everything, but she only typically orders through Club. She'll add things to her orders. And so she modifies her Club a lot, but she doesn't usually place individual orders in between that. So I knew that as soon as I mentioned it to her, she was going to throw it in there and be super excited. So again, those are still available for you guys to promote this month. And then the whiff box. So again, if you have not seen this month's whiff box, I think I shared it in the Wax Bars and Superstars page. I'm pretty sure the other directors have shared it as well. There is a consultant spoiler group out there on Facebook. If you want to join it, you're more than welcome to. It's open to everybody. I can't remember the exact name, but I think it's like monthly whiff box consultant spoiler, something like that, some variation of that. Put it in the search bar and it'll pop up and you can join. It's, you guys, if you don't know what's in it, you're getting 2 wax bars, Mojito Mambo. So keep in mind, as always, the products are subject to change if they sell out. I have a feeling there's going to be a buttload of these getting shipped out. So by the end of the month, the scents might be different. But as of right now, from what I've seen, it's Mojito Mambo. And what was the second bar? Does anybody remember what the second bar was? It's green. I can't remember what it is, but there's 2 wax bars, Sand Swept Scent Circle, yellow room spray. I don't remember what the scent for the room spray was. Maybe Here Comes the Sunflowers, maybe? I don't know. It's yellow though. And then a fragrance flower, which I don't remember what the scent for that was either. One of the mini fan diffusers in one of the original colors. So the mint, the blush, or the gray. And I've seen mint out there, but I don't know if they're all the same. Who was talking? Oh,
Apple Splash Wax Bar.
Which one was it?
Apple Teeny Splash is
Okay.
the wax bar, and the Pina Colada Cha-Cha Room Spray.
Okay, so I was wrong. Pina Colada Cha-Cha Room Spray, Apple Teeny Splash, and Mojito Mambo for the bars, Sand Swept Circle. Does it say what the scent of the flower is?
Coastal Sunset.
Coastal Sunset for the flower, and then a mini fan diffuser in one of those 3 original colors, and then a summer collection pod. I've seen the peachy and palm trees so far, but it could be, I think it says in the listing, it says a summer collection scent. So, but again, obviously the scents can change, the products could change too, but I feel like the reason that they're bulking these up is because we do have a lot of product on hand. And so hopefully it'll stay, but just kind of remember to put that disclaimer in there when you're talking and sharing with your customers that the scents could change. I typically will just say to them, this is what's in it product wise, and then say the scents are subject to change. But the big hook on this one is the value, the straight up value of it. It's $64 for $30 if they're buying it outright on your website. So it's 53% off, 53% off from retail price. Okay. That's if they're doing it at $30. If they're doing it in club and they're getting it for $27, it's 58% off. And if they're doing it in club and they're getting it for half price, it's 76% off. 76% off. Like literally, if they're doing it through club and they have a $60 order and they're getting that whiff box for $15, they're paying for the fan and they're getting everything else for free. So however you need to word it or type it or whatever to get people to understand the value that's in this box, it's there. Pictures do a lot of good because most people are visual. And so they might read those things and go, oh, cool, that looks like a good box or whatever. But when you show them that box packed full of all those goodies, and then you say it's 76% off or it's 53% off or whatever it is, show them the value that they're getting. I'm really big on that, showing them the value, tell them the amount of money that they're saving. It's even better for you to say you're saving $34 on this box than it's $64 value and it's $30. You're saving $34 because as soon as you start telling them what they're saving, their ears are going to perk up. Okay. When you're presenting that value to them. So obviously that's a great lead into Scentsy Club, because it's a great way that they can get that whiff box for half price. It's the only way that they can get it for half price. And if they're already going to be placing an order anyways, or if there's other things that they want to order anyways, whether it be wax or oils or pods, obviously they cannot order any of the warmers or fan diffusers in a Scentsy Club order. But if they already have those things and they want to place an order for wax bars or oils or anything like that, and they do that all together, chances are they could quite potentially get up to that $60 that you need for them to qualify for the incentive. Okay. But like I said, my personal take on it is that, as always, the incentives are great and they're set up there for us to do things that we might not normally do. So we might not normally be pushing larger club orders or things like that, but this is to stretch us and to get us to get out of our comfort zone. And if by doing that, you get a club order, but even if it doesn't qualify for the incentive, you need to count that as a win, because it still is a win. Because even if you don't hit the incentive, you're still going to have $30 or $40 worth of recurring income every 1, 2, or 3 months. And that's going to help build your business down the road. If you can build that up, and then that 30 turns into 50, turns into 100, turns into 200, you could be getting active without having to collect any other orders besides your Scentsy Club. Okay, so you got to look at it kind of in the bigger picture as to what Scentsy Club can do for your business, even outside of the incentive, even, you know, outside of the 2 months that we're focusing on it. All right, you guys. So that's everything I have. And goodness gracious, I took up the whole hour. And I was sitting here going, oh, it's going to be a short one. I don't have a lot to talk about. Yes, Jamie.
So I wanted to mention, because we were talking about the discontinued bars and club. So events are always good to do, even if you don't have product to sell. Just getting your name out there. So for example, I always do this one event at Christmas time. And I had a lady who came to my booth this past Christmas, didn't buy a single thing. And she looked at me and she said, you know what scent that needs to come back? That was the best, Route 66. Guess what came back in the Father's Day collection? I collected her information. And I said, I can't make any guarantees, but if it comes back, I'll let you know. Guess who was my first call when we found out the Father's Day collection, Route 66, was coming back? Her. She ordered a 6-pack of it. And then I'm also going to be trying to get her to get a Scentsy Club, to add it to her Scentsy Club. But you don't have to have product to do events to get your name out there. You're just making those connections and following up those people if something happens to come up. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because it's one of those things where, you know, you might go to an event or do an event or be nervous to do an event because you don't have a lot of stock or whatever. I don't do a lot of events personally. I do like 2 a year max, and they're during the holidays. So I don't carry, I mean, we're not supposed to carry a lot of stock anyways, but I don't carry a lot of stock. And so the only time I really bulk up my stock is when I'm getting ready for those events. But even if somebody called me and said, hey, do you want to come set up this weekend? And if I wanted to do that and didn't have any product to take, like Jamie said, you still have an opportunity to make connections. And you have to remember that in this business, you are most of the time not going to be getting an instant turnaround on your investment. Okay, you're going to send out 100 mailers. You're not going to get 100 orders from 100 mailers. There are things that are going to go not unnoticed, but you're not like, the only thing I can think of in my head is like unanswered prayers, right? Like, because you feel like you did all this work and you didn't get anything back. But just like Jamie said, she went to this event and she talked to this lady, and the lady said, oh, I wish Route 66 was back. And, you know, sadly, Jamie couldn't get an immediate, you know, sale on that because it wasn't a product that she had right at hand. But when was that, Jamie?
December 9th.
So 6 months ago, 7 months ago, Jamie made a connection with somebody. And 7 months down the road, 6 months down the road, whatever it is, she was able to reconnect with that person and make a sale. Okay.
And I had to call her. Which we all know how I feel about that. But let me just tell you, she was so excited, it made it all worth it. So
yeah, it does. But you got to remember that if you really want to do something with this, you have to be willing to put in the work and wait. because it's not always going to come right back to you. Krista, what did you say? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
The expression on your face was priceless.
Well, you guys know how I feel about talking on the phone too. So it's safe to assume that Jamie and I just text each other because neither one of us like to talk on the phone. But yeah, I think it's huge because a lot of people, I think just in general, we've talked about this before, a lot of people really want that instant gratification, right? They want to join Scentsy and they want to get paid right away and they want everything to happen right now. And I think we all do, right? We all feel that way sometimes, but if you stay the course and if you stay consistent, the things that you're doing now are going to come back to you 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road. That connection that Jamie made in December, she probably wishes she would have been able, that lady would have bought some bars, right? Because that would have been great. She could have walked home with a little bit of cash in her pocket, but instead she made the connection. She reached back out to the lady, which I think, to me, I feel like I would be more impressed as a customer by that alone than buying 6 bars of whatever she had on hand, because she remembered that lady and connected her to the scent that we got back and went back to her and said, hey, I remember that you said you liked Route 66. Well, I have some great news for you, right? So it's all about making those connections and then keeping that stuff close to you so that when you can capitalize on those things and go back to those people and show them amazing customer service, that's what it's all about. Okay. Oh, Kayla, I'm so sorry. Dang. Is she still here? I don't have my participant list open. Oh, she joined late, but we recorded. So Kayla will be able to watch the whole thing and she can even speed it up, I think, and I'll talk super fast. All right, you guys, that's all I've got. It is 9:05, so we've gone over a little bit. Does anybody else have any other questions before we let you go? I'm giving it like.
Yes, I do, really quick.
Okay.
The current catalog that we're in, does that end the end of July or the end of August? Because it doesn't honestly say that on the book, which is
It will
different from
end July 31st. So the new catalog, the fall catalog, will start August 1st.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I asked that because I don't know why it doesn't say it on the catalog. It's just weird. And I didn't join until August 15th last year. So
Okay.
I'm coming up on my year, but I didn't know when it transitioned. So
Yeah. So it'll end on July 31st. On July 1st is when we're going to find out what's going away and we'll have access to the new catalog, but we'll know everything that's going away so that those are the things that you can kind of focus on during the month of July, is making sure people know that, you know, their favorite fragrance is going away or a warmer they've had their eye on. So we have the whole month to work that transition, just like we did in January for February. But yeah, July 1st is when we'll find out, and July 31st will be the last day of spring summer.
awesome. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, you guys. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. I appreciate it. To Kayla, I'm sorry that you hopped on late, but you will be able to watch the whole thing in its entirety. But I really do appreciate you guys taking an hour out of your busy lives to come and hang out with us. I hope that this was helpful for you to kind of wrap your head around all of the cool things that are happening in June, and better understand the incentive. If anybody has any questions on anything we talked about, go ahead and reach out to one of us. We're here for you. And we will see you guys. I don't know the date, but the first Monday of July. And I won't forget this time. I didn't forget last time. My days got away from me, but we will see you. Jamie's going to tell me right now. No, she's not. Okay. I thought you were going to come back and tell me what
It's July 4th. Probably won't do it that day.
It's the first. Okay. We'll probably do it the second then, the second week.
No, it's the 4th. It's July 4th.
I thought you said the first,
Yeah.
July 4th. Yeah, no, probably won't do it that day.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Date to be determined.
We'll make sure that we have it scheduled so that, you know, the days don't get away from me again. But and if you are leader above, we will be doing Leaders Lounge on the 20th, whatever, the 19th or the 20th, whatever that Monday is of this month, third Monday. Help me out, Jamie.
It's the 19th.
The 19th. God, what would I do without you? So yes, the 19th of the month for Leaders Lounge, 9 p.m. We will see you if you are leader above. So thank you guys again for hopping on. And if you have any questions or you need anything, let us know. I hope that you have a great rest of the week and a great rest of the month. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.